What's going on, everybody? It's another, I was about to say Tuesday, just out of habit. But it's not Tuesday, it's actually Thursday. Want to welcome you guys to the mailbag. We got Cardell Dudley on the phone. We got Dominic Rowe across the table from me. Got Jarrell Leeper at the center of the table amongst all my keys and books and notes and all that good stuff.
It's all good,
man.
But I try to, man. You know, preparations have sometimes like 80% of stuff. So Cardell, we already talked like 5 times today. But tonight, man, we're gonna check the mentions real quick, see what we got. So Damo, tell us the first mention we got, and then we got like 3 other topics that Cardell had prepared. So
All right, so the first question that I have is from Tay the God from Twitter, and that question is, I'm gonna go with this one first. Should Melo come off the bench for OKC?
all right, we're gonna start with Cardell. Should Carmelo Anthony come off the bench in OKC?
Oh, you just gonna throw me to the fire like that?
Considering that I finally get to be on the opposite end of rapid fire, how that goes, yes, I'm gonna throw you to the fire, sir. Yes.
You cold as ice, but I think at this point, you should look into it. Why not? If it's a baseball winning, he's accomplished everything he can accomplish in the business, for the most part. Why not? If it's gonna help the team, kind of have more of a balance and win games. Why not try it? Why not experiment just to see if that's what it is or whatnot? You see D-Wade did it willingly in Cleveland. He also did it early in his career when he played with LeBron. I mean, not like come off the bench, but he said, this LeBron's the better player right now, so I'm going to take a back seat so this can work. And they got championships out of it. So why not swallow your pride and do what's necessary to win? Because at this stage in his career, man, you don't know how many years he may have left, man. It's about trying to win a chip. So, I mean, why not? Why not? But at the end of the day, those guys going to have to figure out where they're going to play together. Because regardless if you come off the bench or you start, more than likely he's going to be finishing games. And then that's still the same issue is going to still be there regardless. So, that's just my take on it.
All right, Damo.
Should Melo come off the bench? I'm gonna quote the great Herm Edwards: "You play to win the game. You play to win the game." So I believe, when Melo first got to OKC in the press conference, he made a little joke about it. He said, "Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench." Started laughing, right? Actually, I feel like that would. I don't even know if that would help the team, but it would do something. They need to change something up because they have their 3 main players, in my opinion, are very ISO oriented. They're instead of coming down the court. Swing. Let's get the offense into a groove. I feel like when they get the ball, it's just stagnant. It's just like put the ball in the basket instead of cohesiveness between them two. So something has to happen. I don't think you're going to bring Paul George off the bench because he at least plays pretty good defense. So I feel like that would help the team. It's all about the team. So,
All right, Dap.
I agree with both of your points, but, going back to what you said, Dom, going into this whole free agency, once the trade happened, it was like, okay, you got 3 talented players, but they all play ISO ball. How are they all going to pass the ball? And now you're seeing the problems. And like Cardell said, Wade was willingly, give up his role, like, I'll be on the bench, I'll come off. But that's not Melo. And when Wade did it, Wade had to, 2011 happened, and Wade was still the guy. And then he was like, okay, you know what, LeBron thing, you got it. Is Melo ever going to do that to Russ and Paul? No. Like, Melo's been the guy for as long as we've known of Carmelo Anthony. So that's Syracuse and before, like Oak Hill and all that. So for Melo to relinquish his pride, would it be great? Absolutely. And you've seen that when the Thunder have had a 6-man historically, whether it's Reggie Jackson or James Harden, productive things take place. But I don't think that's, Melo's his MO and with that team itself, if they're not moving the ball around, who knows what's going to happen?
So maybe a coaching thing.
I mean, that is a coaching thing because during, KD and Russ, what was their one problem? They didn't move the ball. It was ISO ball. It was, all right, Russ, you do your thing. All right, KD, you do your thing.
Your turn.
All right, just to interject real quick, I agree with everybody with the, it's at least worth a try with the move. But my whole thing is, I'm not even going to a coaching thing because there's been some constants in that situation. No matter who the coach has been, the fact that the ball doesn't move, the ball doesn't move. So, people can take from that what they want to take. But we don't know what the coaches has implemented, 1. And then 2, we don't know if the players are actually doing what the coach has.
Right.
So before we point to the coach, I just want to throw that out, just throw that
Yeah.
out there before, we even go too far that down the road, because there are some constants in this variable. So, just to throw that out there. All right, so before we go to another fan topic, we got a topic from Cardell. Is racism the main reason in the Veritro aimed at LeVar Ball, or is it his antics? And again, we're not doing what we do last week. We're going to get this over with quite easily. So, Cardell, you first. We're going the same order.
I mean, for me, not really. It's antics. I look at it this way: his son is not the first high pick in the draft or whatnot, and his son is not the first high draft pick to have a father. Maybe opinionated father. But he is the first high draft pick to have an opinionated father that talks a lot in the media and questions everything. That pretty much opposes what he's trying to do or what he wants to be done. So I can't see race. I hear a lot of people trying to throw it out there. They're just trying to keep a black man down. I'm like, man, he ain't saying nothing about LeVar is not really preaching nothing about black equality or anything like that. It's about BBB. So spare me with all that. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of times our people just jump on BS and just try to find some type of narrative to run with, because they see, I guess, the society attacking one of our own. But my thing is, that's cool if it's justified. If one of our own is tripping, which he has been doing for some time, it ain't all the time, but some of his antics have been crazy. He deserves to get some heat. Like, what's the problem? So, that's just my take on it, but I'm just one dude.
Damo, getting that.
I agree with what Cardell said, but on the other side, there is a side of me that feels like if he was Archie Manning or something, it would be less of a problem. I'm going to read these tweets because that's a good question. I see somebody yesterday tweeted these out. His name is Blake. It said,
How many even were there?
folks really keep trying to clown LeVar are just missing it. There would be no NBA, no NFL, no NCAA, $1 billion, nothing if we embraced his vision and did our own things. He's not allowing people to exploit his boys. How can you hate all that? Swear, if I'm sorry. So that's basically it. Like, I feel like if he was a white middle-aged man and his kids were, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, it would be less of a problem.
I get okay. So look,
I can go on and on.
No, you good.
that's just to
I'll
keep it
point.
short.
Yeah, I'm a reply.
No, I got you.
Can I go in or?
Go ahead, Dap, and then I'm gonna end that joint and keep it moving. We're not letting this ball go.
Nah.
No, it ain't gonna get an argument.
No, it's not gonna be an argument.
Go
So,
ahead.
and is it, you said racism, or is it
Just like
Just
it's some
antics.
of it is his antics. Like,
in hot take Twitter world is racism, because we follow a lot of people
Social
on
media.
social media, Black Twitter especially.
Definitely.
And we love to champion anyone. So when we champion anyone, if you come at us wrong, we gotta go in and give a reason, whether it's racism or whatever. But in reality, it's antics. Now, you mentioned Archie Manning. Now, when Eli forcibly got his way out of San Diego
my son's not gonna
to
play
New
for
York, that was wrong. I mean, it was like, oh, he's a brat, he's a spoiled brat, and what will happen? But you got LeVar saying, hey, he's going to be a Laker, cool. But at the end of the day, you look at all the other things like what we talked about last week, or just what he says in the media, or taking his kids out of school. It's not just, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, anything. What you're doing is right or wrong. And we're in the era where, granted, we love you, we want to build our heroes up. But we can put the mirror on and be like, that one move you did right there, nah. That one move you did right there, nah. So it's more antics for me.
all right, go ahead, Cardell.
Well, one thing is when they saying if he was white, he wouldn't have happened. I'm gonna bring up, John Elway and his father. What people don't remember about John Elway, and whatnot, they try to,
Yes,
kind of force their way on to certain teams, and they want to play for this and that. And he was in the same draft with Dan Marino. He called a lot of heat. Most of that was guided by his father, who was an outstanding, great college coach and whatnot. they caught a lot of heat. I mean, it was even a 30 for 30 on that draft, and they documented that.
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw said a famous thing like, man, who is this kid? He ain't been in the NFL. He ain't did nothing. So the hell with it. Like, the NFL players really getting at him. So he caught a lot of heat and all that. So it's been done before, but people just tend to have amnesia when they trying to control their narrative and stuff like that. Same thing with Peyton Manning. He caught his heat, especially when he had a horrible first rookie season or whatnot, and then, trying to negotiate it and with Eli. But the thing that Eli, and I'm going to kind of give a little, leeway with that. Archie Manning played in the NFL. He played for an organization before that did not try to win at all, and he got killed for. When I mean killed, I mean he got hit a lot. He took a lot of punishment. He didn't want to see his boys with that. Everybody knows Peyton Manning and them are built off of preparation. They do their homework. So rightfully so, they interviewed the teams to see what their plan was. And certain teams were just like, they didn't really have a plan. So why am I going to allow my boys to be in this sport where they were literally one hit away from their career being ruined, and you're not going to do anything to protect them? You know what I'm saying? That's totally different than somebody saying, hey, man, you know what? My son don't, which you ain't going to let him take all the shots, I'm taking him off the team. Or you suspended him for stealing overseas, I'm taking him out of school. That has nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Lonzo Ball went to UCLA. This is none of his plans, man. All this stuff is just, he's winging it right now. Because if that was the case, Lonzo Ball went to UCLA in the first place. So what do you mean they're exploiting him? That's what the team overseas that his boys are about to sign to, they're exploiting him. They said it. They said this is just a marketing ploy. We're trying to see if we can get, $50,000 from selling merchandise to help the club because we're financially in a bad place right now. So he can allow that as long as he get what he wants. So as long as I guess it's just a controlled exploitation, he's cool with it. So you can't use that at all. He's just doing like when he does not get his way, what he's trying to do, he just tries to look for another way through his sons. That's the bad part. So it's totally different than when Archie Manning was just trying to protect his sons from one day maybe getting hit and waking up paralyzed or something, who can't move and everything like that. And it paid off because look at what his sons did now, the production they did. So it was well worth it because you go to certain organization notorious for being horrible. So you should do your homework and stuff like that. And if they still won't treat you the same way, what's the point? And at the end of the day, they proved them. So at least they had a body work in college, All-American, all this, did all that, all SEC, all that. What have his sons did outside of Lonzo?
Yeah, so I think that's the main thing, like, just with that topic, is I think some people have issues with just, especially in, like, social media, just no matter who it is, like Jarrell said, with your heroes, whoever you want to build up, you just got to hold people accountable. Everyone's not going to make, even great examples are going to make bad decisions. We as people are going to make bad decisions, just like you hold yourself accountable when you make a mistake. You marry, you're in a relationship, somebody make a mistake, it hurts both of y'all, but you make a mistake, you got to hold yourself accountable. Otherwise, you can't move forward. So, like, that's my biggest thing with the LeVar issue, that ball issue, period. Whatever happens, it happens. But just, I don't think there's any, we're getting to a place where, like you said, protecting our own, as social media wants to call it, you should be able to hold everybody accountable.
Right.
And when you get too far away from not being able to do that, you're in a sticky situation. All right, another topic from the good folks tuned in.
All right, so this topic is also from Tay the God, and that is, what is holding the Redskins back from becoming an elite contender? Elite contender.
My
See,
bad.
why they give you guys nah, man.
Hey,
Y'all shouldn't answer this question.
Why not?
I'm not saying nothing. I mean, I'm gonna say something, but
Y'all got it.
go ahead, Cardell.
Man.
Go ahead. Nah, y'all got it. Go ahead, Damo.
You falling out? All right, go ahead,
That's your
Damo.
The camera's here, right?
Yeah, it's right there, though.
I'm looking right at the camera. The problem is Dan Snyder, Bruce Allen, and the pieces that they've put around this team. It starts from the top down. You got Bruce Allen. He cannot let his pride go and ego go. He let go of Scott McClohan. I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at you, Bruce Allen. You let go of Scott McClohan, who was a football guy who made football decisions. Bruce Allen, you did very good with the cap. You got us back into the cap. So we're under the cap. We can sign players. We can do this and that. But it's all about winning football games. Not money, not anything. I'm a Redskins fan, born and raised, watched the
We could
DC.
tell.
It's all about football. We're tired of watching games, and then we're not even into it. The Chargers. Kirk Cousins. You the problem too.
Hey, get your last little bit in because this could take a while.
Man, I can go on and on and
we,
on
we
like
ain't got that
Erykah
time.
Badu
So
said.
your last comment on there, you good?
My last comment is, you played to win the game. You played to win playoffs.
All right. Let me
Ain't no
get it. Let me
Get me out of here.
As
Oh,
a
dang, sneak
fellow
shot.
Redskins
This is
fan,
so
I
funny.
feel his sentiments. First and foremost, we need prayer, ladies and gentlemen. We need
Prayer
a lot
not
of
gonna
prayer.
fix this,
No.
bro.
Check me out. You say Daniel Snyder, but you gotta think from this perspective. Daniel Snyder is a lifelong Redskin fan. Imagine if you check me out. Imagine if you got to own your favorite football team, someone you've been cheering for forever. So, in order for Daniel Snyder to get rid of the team, either A, he has to go to jail, or go the other side. If you feel me. So Daniel Snyder's not going anywhere. We just gotta get, that's forever. Now Bruce Allen, he can go.
He needs to go.
He needs to go. Jay Gruden, he can go too. We need to hire someone. We need to hire another person who is a football mind
football
and just
mind.
let him work.
This is
Because
football.
Bruce Allen comes in, Scott McLuhan has the blueprint for success, and his
players love
pride
him.
doesn't. And his pride just steps it in. Was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this my way. And we haven't even achieved anything. It's one thing you won a Jerry Jones situation with Jimmy Johnson when they already had 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
We haven't had a playoff win since 2005. So there's a lot of things we need
Bro,
to do.
we every year we go into the year. We gonna do this. We gonna do that.
We're
We
gonna
do
end this
nothing.
Redskins pity party because I can't.
Leave.
I'm gonna keep
Why
laughing.
did you, this topic, man?
Now I'm
Hey,
sweating.
somebody who tuned in did that. I didn't do that. My only comment is y'all situation makes me thankful for John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Jimmy G.
The last topic you already know. The last topic I guess we'll discuss this evening is a question I got asked out there by Damo asked me. One of the guys from that was in the studio before that asked, are the Rockets a legit threat to beat the Warriors? Go ahead, Cardell, and then this what we want to end this week's mailbag on.
They're gonna push him, but no. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. They're 2 top players, Chris Paul, James Harden. They got to deal with Steph Curry and Clay. So at the very least, that's gonna even out. Then you still got KD to deal with. You still got Draymond. Then you still got Capella. He can maybe get a couple games over Petrucci or whatever, but you still got to deal with JaVale McGee and David West,
Jordan Bell.
Jordan Bell, and then
Swaggy P.
The man. I ain't calling him Swaggy P. His mama named him Nick Young. Call him Nick Young. He come out the bench, he bucket. You know what I'm saying? Sean Livingston, Iguodala. Do I need to keep going, man? Like that's when they gonna take him out because of that depth, man. And when they start throwing the bodies at a long 7-game series, it's going to be a problem. Now, I will say this. On court will be interesting. Because right now, the Rockets got it. So, maybe they get home court, maybe that evens the playing field. Because, see, some of those, certain calls that the Warriors may get at home, they're not going to get that in Houston and stuff like that. So, and last year, Houston was one of the teams that gave the Warriors a lot of trouble. But at the same time, so they kind of match up well, but I think they should. Another team they got to avoid. They got to get past is the Spurs, who always quietly fly on the radar.
Yeah.
But they give the Rockets trouble, and they just got Kawhi back. So it's gonna be interesting, stretch in for the remainder of the season. But yeah, they can push them. I don't think they can beat them.
All right, Damo.
I agree 100% with what Cardell said. Playoffs, like you said, we were out there. They're doing this now, but the season doesn't really start until after Christmas time. But, the playoffs is all about matchups. It's all about the big stars going to have to come out and show. James Harden in these last couple playoffs, it's like he wasn't even trying on defense and offense as well. He was just throwing up.
I'll let you finish.
You right. I mean, it's been crazy. Like, just looking at it, it's like, what is Harden doing? And you look at Golden State, they got snipers. They got shooters around their best players, and then their best players are shooters. So it's like, I love Houston. I love what they're doing. Chris Paul, he's looking very good coming off the bench, leading that squad. But I don't see anybody defeating this Golden State Warriors team for a little while, honestly.
All right. How do you say no in Spanish? I think that's no, right?
No.
So that being said, it's not a chance. The better question is, does Chris Paul make it to the Western Conference Finals? That's the better question. looking at the Warriors team, like Cardell said, the depth that they have is incredible, and they haven't really flipped the switch yet.
At all.
And then for Houston, I seen Bleacher Report say, "Oh, we're the team that can take out Golden State." That might be that switch where it's like, you know what, guys, let's show everyone why we really are the reigning defending champs. And another thing, you got Harden and Chris Paul and Clay and Steph. Harden hasn't played defense in at least 5-6 years, and granted, Chris Paul is a great defender, but the one person who can neutralize him is Steph. So,
Is he?
and then not to mention, you got this guy named Kevin Durant, who happens to be there now. So, you know, if they're really clicking, I mean, we could just play 2K for, you know.
I mean, I will say this. I'll keep it real, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know, James Harden, for his fantasy, he is playing better defense this year. You know,
This is
like,
true.
he's actually putting forth some type of effort. And I think that's the influence of Chris Paul or whatnot. He's going to have to play defense against Clay. You know, Clay will light him up, and then you're going to do Euro stepping, try to make up the gap, and Euro stepping and getting fouled all day. Like, that's not going to work against the Warriors because they're just going to come down and hit a barrage of threes, and then the game going to be over. You're going to be sitting early in the third quarter. But the thing people not noticing is Kevin Durant's all NBA defense. Like, he's actually he's playing all NBA first team defense. Like, I mean, all over. He's actually improved on that end. He already had everything offensively. He's improved on that end.
Scary.
And that's where it could get even more ugly from when they match up. Because, see, let's say Clay have a tough time with Harden. KD, like, I'll get on him.
Right.
They could throw Draymond on him. Draymond can start off 5 possessions. It's like, what you want to do?
That's crazy.
And then we got Iguodala and Sean Livingston come on. That's why they need those two dudes to control the ball and score. That's what I'm saying. But they could throw some of the guys at them. They're going to be too worn down to just carry that load. Whereas with the Warriors, they can, every game it could be somebody different. It could be Steph in game 1, KD in game 2, Clay in game 3, Draymond game 4. Series over.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, all fine. Y'all want to extend it? Hey, Iguodala can come off hand and have a big game. So can Livingston. JaVale McGee can have 15 and 10 or something like that. And Swag, you know, Nick Young, I almost messed up. See, Nick Young, he can go ahead. He can drop 25 and 1. So that's the problem right there, man. It's just that depth, man.
Yeah, I'm with everybody here. I'm not surprised. And the other thing is, my biggest reason for all of this is, you know, Cardell, we've been talking about Kev's playing at all defensive level right now. And the biggest thing is we saw Kev a little bit at the 5 last year. He's doing a little bit more this year. In a series where you got a big like Capella, man, if I'm Kerr, the things I'm about to do to put that dude on KD for no reason. To get this out of here. And that's the thing. You're talking about all the different guys you got to is everyone's talking about the backcourts. You going to leave Trevor Ariza on Kev the whole time?
That's better than anybody else they got.
I'm just saying it's not enough and it doesn't matter.
It's not.
So, like I said, what Houston's doing is cute. And I do think a great point Cardell brought up was home court advantage. And that's why I think it's interesting that despite everything that's going on right now, Golden State, I think that's in the back of their mind. They're only half game back. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they were slumming enough that they're 5 games back. They're a half game back. So even on their BS, they've been conscious of where they need to be.
Yeah.
Not too far out of striking range. And they're not even, like, we're not even talking about striking range. They're right there. So, you know, just want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. Fun times always. Don't forget, hashtag the Focus TV MB any day of the week. And you guys, the more you guys start sending in your tweets and everything, the easier we can do to put your tweets up on the screen. We can have some more fun with that from a production standpoint. But the ball's in y'all's court, man. We looking forward to this each and every week. We love for it to just be nothing but a steady stream of your tweets. Cardell, thanks for calling in. And you guys, Damo, appreciate it. And thank you guys always for tuning in. Get over to findersbag.com. I'm on sports.com every Tuesday right here on Blizz.fm. The Focus TV.
Swag.